G'day, Steeler Nation. Welcome back to the Pittsburgh Steelers Syndicate. I'm your host, Mark. Thank you for once again checking out the channel, and we do appreciate all the comments, the likes, the subs. We really do appreciate it. We are heading that direction, guys. We're heading almost to near 800. And on behalf of myself and Owen, we can't thank you enough for all the support. But today we are talking about Chris Oladokun. Should the Pittsburgh Steelers name Chris Oladokun as their third quarterback? Now, there is going to be the contention of Kenny Pickett versus Mitchell Trubisky, in my opinion, a two-horse race for one or two. So who's going to be that third quarterback? Will it be Mason Rudolph, or do they take a chance on the rookie seventh-rounder, Chris Oladokun? So, guys, they just got done doing the mini camp. They had about over 51 players go to the mini camp, so that was quite fun to see the young fellas back in action and out there having a good time and learning to be a Pittsburgh Steeler. So we're moving through this quite quickly. We're going from rookie minicamp into training camp, and we're putting the pieces together and trying to see, hopefully, at the end of it, we don't want to rush it too much. We don't want to rush it, but near the end, we want to see a Super Bowl victory. That's what we want to see. We want to see a playoff victory. So, yeah, let's talk about today. Chances that Chris Oladokun has for being a number 3. And I've got a few reasons why, but I want to go into his stats first. I want to have just a quick, brief overview what is happening with Oladokun. So he started in his career in college in 2017 with USF, only one completion and one attempt. It's not bad, 12 yards. 2018, he stuck with them for 22 out of 44, 50%, right? 3 TDs. In 2021 was his real breakout year. He had over 62%, 3,164 yards, 8.2 average, 25 TDs. But then down the bottom, he does have 7 interceptions and 16 sacks. So quite a good college year, and maybe that's why he did fall all the way to number 7. He's a mobile guy. He can get around the pocket. And Oladokun also can rush the football. So in his last year at San Diego State, 73 attempts, 166 yards, 2.3 average. That's quite low, but they might have used him more at the goal line rather than in a shotgun set running for 20 or so yards. His longest was 27. So he is a mobile quarterback, guys. He can move around the pocket. He is a bit more, if you were to rank them against like Oladokun versus Rudolph, he probably has more kicks than Rudolph does. So I'm kind of like, I'm cheering for him to actually have a chance. And the reason being is I don't want to see the Pittsburgh Steelers put this kind of player, maybe a prospect for hopefully the future, if they do go with Trubisky or Kenny Pickett on number 1 or 2, right? If you put Oladokun on the practice squad, there is a big chance that any other team can pick him up, sign him for a contract, and then he's no longer a Pittsburgh Steeler. So any one of those guys who go onto their practice squad have free roam for other teams to come in and offer them a contract more than what they're getting. And he could, as long as he stays or starts or plays on the 53, he can do that. He could go anywhere. So I was thinking while we had the podcast with myself and Owen, I was like, and we talked about it too. We talked about it, and we thought, do they show much faith in Mason Rudolph? They bring in Trubisky, sign a 2-year deal. They go into the first round in number 1 overall, 20 pick. They get Kenny Pickett. And then near the very end, the very last pick, they pick up another quarterback. So the Steelers bring in 3 quarterbacks. I don't think that I just don't think they're going to start Rudolph or even give him a chance to be number 2, let alone number 3, because you're already bringing in 3 quarterbacks for him to challenge and try and beat out. So Rudolph is behind the bus on this one, behind the 8 ball. It's going to be very hard for him to even to muster at least the backup spot, and then Rudolph to maybe even get the 3rd spot. So the big reason I think why Chris Oladokun has a chance to be QB number 3 is you put him in the Steelers' clothes, at least, so other teams can't grab him, and he has that chance as well. We need a guy like him because we verse mobile QBs in the AFC North. We have Watson, we have Lamar Jackson, and we have who's the other bloke? Joe Burrow. Right? We have a few of those guys around. So I think that Chris Oladokun has a chance to be QB number 3. Let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think he'll be QB number 3? Do we get rid of Mason? Now, I want to go into a few things that, and also, man, his demeanor, and we'll talk about it. On the Pittsburgh Steelers website, there was quite a few interviews at minicamp, and just his presence is already so confident. He's already so confident. He wants to be a Pittsburgh Steeler. Oladokun said this. He said, "Every single day I'm here, I'm going to be the best teammate I can be," said Oladokun. "Hold myself accountable. Hold other." Man, I like this part. I like this part. Hold other people accountable. Just do what I have been doing my whole life, working hard, being a leader. We need a leader in this offense. I don't care. I don't care if he's 7th rounder. We need a leader on the offense. And perfecting my craft every day. I'm excited to be a Steeler. I love that so much. I love the enthusiasm, the energy. I like the fact that he says that he's going to be accountable, and also a good teammate can hold other people accountable, right? If you know that your teammate's doing something wrong, or you know that where they can improve, you need to call it out. You can't be quiet. You can't be quiet. If you know that they're not excelling in a certain way, like I know that Cameron Hayward would call his team out and make sure, shake them by the shoulder and say, "Mate, you need to do better." I like the fact he says that. I love that. He says here, hold other accountable. So I assume he means other people, right? Oladokun goes on to say here, he says, "I would describe myself as someone who likes to play with a lot of enthusiasm, passion, extend plays outside the pocket," said Oladokun. "And I learned how to control the game from that standpoint. I can't wait to show Steel fans what I can do, and we can't either." So what he's saying here too is we play with enthusiasm, passion, extend plays outside the pocket, right? And I like this part too. I learned how to control the game from that standpoint. So he already knows how he plays his certain way, and he can excel on that. And that's fantastic. If you can identify your strengths on the football field or in any sport you play, if you can identify the strengths in what you play, then you have a better chance to beat your opposition. And then the next step is also to identify your weaknesses as well and then improve on that. So I like the fact that he says, I learned how to control the game from that standpoint, which basically means he's got confidence in himself that he extends the plays and can play outside the pocket and find the wide open receiver or run for a first down or things of that nature. So I love that. I absolutely love that. Next, we heard words from Kevin Colbert. Kevin Colbert said, "We had good grades on him coming out of South Dakota State," said the general manager, Kevin Colbert. "He played in the NFL PA game, and we decided, look, we wanted to add another quarterback to our roster. And this young man, we brought him in for a pre-draft visit. Very mature. I agree with that. Very smart. I agree with that. Impressed us, not only on the field, but with his off-field talents and intelligence and just overall demeanor." Now, I agree with that 100%. And that's the big reason why I don't want to see the Steelers lose something that of a potential prospect for the next few years to come, right? You have to, I think you have to put Chris Oladokun at least number 3. So in my mind right now, going into the season, sitting here in May before we go into training camps, my mind, it will be Mitchell Trubisky, Kenny Pickett, and Chris Oladokun. And I'm sorry, Mason Rudolph, I don't know where you'll go. And I really don't care. I think those 3 will be, if it works out to where Oladokun can earn the spot and earn the job, I think he'll beat out Rudolph for number 3. And I think the other 2 fellas will fight for number 1 and 2. But I wouldn't mind seeing Trubisky start and then bring in Pickett after that. Let me know what you guys think. Actually, if you guys even want to put in the 1, 2, 3, 4, put in the 4 quarterbacks or the 3 quarterbacks, depth. Do you think Pickett starts? Do you think Trubisky starts? Or do you think, out of an outsider chance, Chris Oladokun, does he start? I don't think so. I think Rudolph and Oladokun, they won't start. But I think they're fighting for number 3, and I think Oladokun has a good shot. Just by judging of what Kevin Colbert said, what Mike Tomlin has said, and his overall, like he says, overall demeanor to be a Pittsburgh Steeler. I think he's quite confident. He's quite athletic. And I think the Steelers need that change of pace guy, maybe behind center, to keep things fresh and just give him a chance. Give the guy a chance. But he has to go out there and earn it. Nothing is free in this world. You have to go out and earn it. Speaking of earning it, if you guys do like our content, and our videos. Myself and Owen are working really hard to give you some good Pittsburgh Steelers content every single day. If you like our content, hit that sub, hit that like. So we're trying to go hard in the paint. All right, guys, I've said enough. I'll see you later. Here we go, Steelers. Here we